Step aside the warden, the creaking, and even the wither. There is a true monster in Minecraft, and it's scarier than all of you combined. That's right, even in a world filled with the walking dead, spiders the size of dogs, and whatever creepers are, there is a being more terrifying, more sinister than anything we have ever witnessed. But who is this hideous monster? Scarier than the literal darkest pits of the underworld? Well, first, please subscribe. We're so close to 2,000 subs, so it would mean a lot if you did. But let's get back on track. The true monster of Minecraft is Steve.
I am Steve.
Okay. I know that sounds cliche and something game theory would bring up, but let me explain. I think by now a lot of us know that the ancient builders, that ancient civilization of demigods that Steve and Alex come from, were not the best people. Through their greed and hubris, they created the Wither, transported the Warden to the overworld, pillaged the Nether and End of their resources till there was nothing left, and even hunted the Ender Dragons to extinction. But this video, we aren't talking about the ancient builders. That's a completely different issue than what I am talking about. I'm talking specifically about Steve and Alex being the true monsters of Minecraft. And that might be a bit confusing to wrap your head around, because, well, we are Steve. No, we're not doing that again. But what I am trying to get at is that there are three common things that a majority of Minecraft players have done that actively ruin our beloved Minecraft worlds. Acts so heinous that it shows the true destructive nature of Steve and Alex. What are those three things? Well, obviously you're gonna have to wait around to find out. I'm trying to run a business here. Alright, with that all established, let's finally move to our first horrendous act. Defeating the Ender Dragon. Yeah, that one main goal of every Minecraft challenge video, every Minecraft speedrun, every Minecraft manhunt, or even just casual gameplay. One of the worst things Steve and Alex have done was slaying the Ender Dragon. Why would this be a bad thing? Aren't we freeing the End? Isn't it the only way we can go home? Well, yeah, but this is literally the last Ender Dragon in all of existence. We basically went to a critically endangered habitat and took out an endangered animal. And for what? An achievement and to take the last egg in existence? The potentially last thing we can do to save these majestic creatures? And we keep it as a trophy? Look, here in the wonderful, glorious land of the United States of America, there are severe criminal and civil penalties for doing such acts. Unaliving an endangered animal can result in 1 year in prison and a fine up to $50,000 US. Not only that, but capturing and collecting these endangered animals is also a violation. So this really is a 2-for-1 special. And I think what makes this worse is the fact that this really could be avoided. There really is no need for Steve and Alex to go to the End. Sure, they can get elytras and shulker boxes, but those really aren't important. Very beneficial, but unnecessary. It really feels like the intent of traveling to the End is an insanely greedy act done by our heroes. Really, there isn't much to say beyond this, and oddly enough, it isn't even the most evil act done by Steve and company. Let's talk about the Wither. Moving from the End, let's talk about the beginning. The Wither. Now to be fair, I'm sure most people would visit the End instead of taking on this abomination, but that doesn't make it any less problematic. Now we all know how to make a golem. Iron, snow, the infernal souls of the damned. That's right, the Wither is one of the only mobs in the game we create. But unlike the friendlier golems that we construct, the Wither is an agent of absolute chaos. Made from the 4 blocks of soul sand and 3 wither skulls, all this creature knows is destruction. Aggroing on every mob in its attack range, it'll fire explosive skulls, destroy any block in its path, and force every object to decay, leaving behind wither roses for its slain victims. While the Iron Golem and Snow Golem can protect us and passive mobs from hostile creatures, the Wither quite literally is a threat that we have to fight back. Our job is to destroy the abomination we created. Sure, the rewards are nice, but again, the rewards really only benefit us players. We destroy the landscape and the passive surrounding mobs just for our own goals. Now, though the intended fight is meant to be long and arduous, New updates and machinery have shown us that we can speed up the process while causing minimum damage. But that seems really archaic. To create life just to destroy it? I mean, I guess we do that in real life with mass industrial farming. Have I talked myself into being vegan? Of course not, I'm an absolute carnivore. But I don't know, even if this isn't evil, it's definitely kind of weird. Alright, fine, I get that you don't seem impressed. But what if I were to tell you that I saved the best for last? Just trust me, this is actually insane. We next have to talk about the false hero. Stockholm Syndrome is the psychological response when someone develops a bond with their captor. And I'm mentioning this because this is basically what Steve and Alex do every time they start a raid at a nearby village. Now, these are pillagers, not to be mistaken with their axe-wielding counterparts, but these archers can be found in two ways: touring around in patrol units, or at their own home base. In older updates, taking out their commander, the one holding a banner, would give players the ominous potion effect. If Steve and Alex walk into a village with this effect, it'll trigger a mini battle called a raid, where an army of pillagers will storm the village. If you successfully save the village, you will be rewarded with the spoils of war, random trinkets from the gracious villagers, and the hero of the village effect that gives you massive discounts on trades. In older versions of Minecraft, this was a cool mechanic. It felt like even after you won the battle, you didn't quite yet win the war. The pillagers basically tag you and track you to a village. In the older versions of Minecraft, it told a story of a warlike situation between the villager and pillagers, and you were clearly on the side of the villagers. However, now it's different. In the recent update, when you take out pillagers, or as a reward in the recent trial chambers, you will be given an ominous potion. Drink it, and you will get the bad omen effect. The effect does the same thing, in which you initiate a war by traveling to the village. However, now it feels more deliberate. Instead of being an effect that pillagers put on you, you're doing it to yourself. You're actively choosing to bring a threat to these peaceful villagers. And what happens when you succeed? Well, you become a hero, rewarded for the threat and damage you cause. Quite literally, you are manipulating the villagers, and in another way, you're acting as a double agent, siding with the pillagers and showing them a village, just to betray them, defeat them, and get the benefits of their rare loot and the villagers' admiration. And that's why Steve and Alex are the true monsters of the Minecraft world. Whether it's the slaying of endangered creatures and turning them into trophies, unleashing weapons of mass destruction on the land for personal gain, or manipulating populations of people to reap various benefits, it becomes clear. Steve and Alex are no heroes. They might not even be decent folks. Deep down, there is some destructive greed and desire to progress and gather resources at all costs. But comment down below what you think. This has been Fable Dan's Corner. I hope you all enjoy.